Let me present to you the 25 generals and senior officers of the UPDF, from whom we shall select 10, 7 male, 3 female.
The representatives of the Uganda People's Defense Forces to the 12th Parliament, in accordance with the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and the applicable electoral laws and regulations. As we all know, the UPDF is the fulcrum or vanguard of peace, stability, and security that has prevailed and continues to prevail in our country today. And therefore it is befitting that we all gather here to ensure that this very critical institution elects their leaders in a democratic manner to the next parliament. The Electoral Commission is constitutionally mandated under Article 60 of the Constitution to organize, conduct, and supervise elections and referenda. Your Excellency, this delegates conference has been convened pursuant to Article 61, Clause 2 of the Constitution, which mandates the Electoral Commission to hold general, presidential, parliamentary, and local government elections within the first 30 days of the remaining 122 days to the expiry of the term of the current government. And to that extent, therefore, the Commission appointed dates for the election of members of Parliament representing special interest groups, and the UPDF also falls under that category.
Your Excellency and members, I'm delegating Richard Kundakwe.
Lieutenant General Charles Wotema Awanyi. Lieutenant General Muhanga Kayanja. General Retired Ivan Koleta. Major General Retired Stephen Mutunji Kashaka. Major General Moses Wachitarate. Major General William Navasa Don. We may not have the same scenario at once.
Please. I, Kateba Tumsime Diana, being the returning officer for election of Uganda People's Defense Forces, representatives to Parliament, having added up the number of votes cast for each candidate, in accordance with Section 72 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, CAP 177, I declare the following who have obtained the largest number of votes as elected. Number 1, Meme Sylvia, 314 votes. 2, Ikiriza Knight, 307 votes. Nekesa Christine Situma, 261 votes. I, Kateba Tumsime Diana, being the returning officer for election of Uganda People's Defense Forces representatives to Parliament, having added up the number of votes cast for each candidate in accordance with Section 72 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, Cap 177, I declare the following who have obtained the largest number of votes as elected. 1. Okiding Sam, 340 votes. Mujira James, 303 votes. Kavma Samuel, 282 votes. Gonyi David Robert, 266 votes. Masco Henry, 251 votes. Kinalwa James, 241 votes. Lastly, Semwanga Joseph, 198 votes. I thank you. Thank you for listening to me.
I would like to commend and congratulate you, the members of the UPDF family, upon this successful electoral polling exercise. As we all witnessed, the voters were orderly and peaceful. After voting, they did not hang around the polling station. But calmly went away. I did not hear of any agitations of kukakuma or kukabanja, but trusted in the organizers of this process, the Electoral Commission. How I wish this kind of conduct could be replicated in these other elections we hold out there. Maybe we would have fewer problems than we're experiencing now. But for those who have been elected, I do congratulate you. And those who have not made it, take heart. It does not mean that your contribution to the UPDF or the country at large is not recognized or appreciated, not at all. It is simply that in every election, there is a winner and a loser or losers. Although in Uganda, the culture of accepting electoral defeat is still alien to many actors. As we draw nearer to the conclusion of the electoral cycle for 2026 general elections, I would like to appeal to every Ugandan, here present and those not here, that the time is now for us to settle down and focus on those programs and activities, both at national and individual level, that are fundamental to our livelihood as well as the socio-economic transformation of our country. Let us sensitize and mobilize our citizens to tap into the abundant resources God placed at our disposal in this wonderful country for the betterment of our lives. Above all, we should never ever compromise over the peace, stability, and security of our country, which in the context of the goings-on in the Great Lakes region is like a watershed in a dry and arid area where all animals, or where all humans and animals run to quench their thirst. The influx of almost 2 million refugees in our country is a clear testament to the watershed role Uganda has become in this region.
And also thank the Electoral Commission for organizing this function very well. I also want to thank the High Command for having nominated the people whom I forwarded to you. In the morning, I talked about Okchenura, H.E M7. That language has got a lot of precise words. As I told you, the stability we have in the country now and the solidarity which you saw in the elections is due to the H.E M7 which have been Uchenurad. The needs that have been addressed are the ones which cause unity, broad unity. And also, if we solve all the other solvable needs, we shall have maximum and total unity, and that's what we are aiming at. But now, there's another word, okwemeka. You know, that language, it has got really precise words. Okwemeka means to install an authority, a king, or a president, or even bishops who can say okumwemeka, to install him. You don't have to use many words. If you say okwemeka, it's clear that this was installing in authority. The wish of the NRM from the 1960s has been to okwemeka the people of Uganda population, to put them in charge of their country, so that what they want is what happens. And the way to do it is to have free and fair elections on the basis of one person, one vote by secret ballot. This has been a problem since 1962, 61 actually. We have been struggling to have one person, one vote. Initially, it was the UPC which was cheating and kabaka-yeka, using violence, using multiple voting, using ballot stuffing, using altering results. That's what happened in 1961, 1962. Then we had no other elections for 18 years, until 1980, when we defeated H.E M7. We sat with the people who were with us that time, said, please, let's organize good elections. Why? They were not interested. They cheated as usual. And that's what caused that war between 1981 and 1986. When we came, that's why we introduced a lining behind candidates, because we wanted a method of election which is not contestable, which is transparent. And you remember it helped us a lot in the creation of the LCs. It was by lining up. Then in the expansion of the NRC, in 1989, it was lining up. But as we approached the CA time, 1994, and then the election in 1996, the idea came of secret ballot. If you line up, are you not exposing your preferences? And that's how we went back again to secret ballot. And we try to put in place all these other measures you see, like voting in public, where people can see where you have voted, candidate agents and all that. But still, all those depended on vigilance and integrity of the involved people. However, soon it became clear that no integrity among the election staff, a lot of corruption, and vigilance on the side of the people was very low. So that's how we ended up with, again, the old problems. Ballot stuffing, because here you can see there's no ballot stuffing, there's no multiple voting here, because I think because the numbers are few. You had Kateba announcing that the total of ballot papers were 700, 455 voted, spoiled votes were so and so, the votes which were not used were 200. You had the report here. With this one, you can have no arguments. But the problem is that when the numbers are big, first of all, people are not vigilant, and then no integrity among the election officials. So when you hear that there's opposition in Uganda, there's no opposition in Uganda. It's just cheating. In the last elections, after the elections, we discovered that this NUP group had infiltrated 2.7 million votes, fake votes, into the system. 1 million was printed at Nkrumah Road here, and 1.7 million was printed in Dubai and brought here. So that's why I have been insisting on biometric verification machines. There was some problem about coordination of how to use them, but they actually work. They used them in Bulambudi, the whole district in the presidential elections used the BV, those verification machines, and they worked very well. And I was able to defeat my indisciplined sons, Bobby Wine and Nandara, because Nandara is the one who was trying to confuse our people there. Very clearly, 65% in 65% in Namsindwa, 60-something% in Bulambudi. I hear they also worked well in Nebi, but I have not got the details. Now, yesterday, in these other elections, they have been used, apparently. In Masaka, they were used. And that's how the NRM, I hear, swept the councillors there in Masaka. Because the previous election, they were cheating. And some of the regional police commander there was part of the cheating process. I removed him, and yesterday I hear NRM got 43 positions out of 52 in Masaka. So, therefore, in order to stabilize the country and to make the leaders okweguya abantu, the leaders must okweguya. Okweguya, how do you translate it? They must feel beholden to the population. They must know that if I don't serve the people, they will not vote me next time. But if you allow cheating to go on, if I can be elected, whether I serve the people or not, by cheating, by ballot stuffing, by multiple voting, by altering results, why would anybody bother to please the population? So apart from Okchenura, the other big task in order to stabilize the country is Okwemeka, the people of Uganda. The people of Uganda must be the only authority who decides who leads them. This is my strong advice. I have been working on this for the last 65 years. I think I'm about to succeed with the biometric machines because they are really working. The electoral people did not know how to use them well, but where they use them well, they are a panacea for all these problems. So with these few remarks, I congratulate everybody. I thank the Electoral Commission. I thank the Army leadership for what has been done. Congratulations, all of you.
Council can continue uninterrupted. Other officers who have come beyond, corrected by Joint Staff, Human Resource Management, everyone who is present will get an answer. So I think that is well understood. So what is remaining? The chief of members will be able to make their choices.
Kano Silvia Meme, Kano John Kafuruma Rusiba, Doctor, female.